What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another Tuesday review day. Today we are taking a look at the T-De-Esser Plus from Techivation. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right into this plugin review. You can see here on the bottom right, it says it's a natural sounding de-esser. That gives you a hint into what this de-esser is going to sound like after playing with it for a while. It's great for subtle de-essing, nothing crazy, nothing heavy. That may just be because it is the plus version, or that I didn't turn up intensity or anything extremely high. I wanted to go for what this plugin's strong suits were. So to start it all off, you have the processing knob right here. Now, the layout of this plugin reminds me just a little bit of the Acusonus plugins. They're big into like one knob, that's all you turn kind of thing, which simplifies it, but also like doesn't really give you the customization you always need. But with this one, you have all of the customization you need. So this processing knob here, this is actually just acting as the threshold. So you'll see the signal coming in here along the left, and then anything that goes over where you have the threshold set is going to be triggering the de-esser, and then you'll see how much is being pulled down over here. There's a little red line that'll show up. From there, you have the frequency range controls. You have the low, high, mid, high, and high end. You can see that changing here, which it's blocked out because it's for the pro features, but they at least still show you what frequency ranges are actually represented by those buttons. Again, the low, high, mid, high, and high end. From there, you only have controls over the intensity and sharpness, so how much the de-esser is going to be triggering, like how heavy of a de-esser sound is going to be put onto your track. Then you have the Audition, which is just the difference, and the filter. You have the preview of the de-esser effect and preview de-esser frequency range. So it lets you kind of listen in on what changes are being made, some of what is being pulled out, that kind of thing. I will say this, anytime you are listening through, I would audition the different frequency ranges, because you want to make sure you are hitting the correct frequency range, because you could throw a de-esser on, have it cranked, have all the settings maxed out, and you're not hearing a single difference. It could just be because you're affecting the wrong frequency range. Most of the time you'll just go high end. Sometimes you can get away with high. The mid high and low high are more of what you would need for a lot of instruments, like a snare is going crazy with a really weird frequency that's sticking out. The de-esser can help you tame that. A de-esser is essentially a single multi-band compressor. It's a compressor that lets you focus in on a specific area. Nothing too crazy, but does the job well. Also, if you click these three bars here, you can go through a bunch of presets. They recognize that you can use this for more than just vocals, so they have acoustic guitars, hi-hats, drums, snare. You can use this across many different instruments on your recordings. For this one, we're just going to be taking a look at speech control and then vocal control. They're pretty much the same, considering you don't really have much difference in controls on this plugin, since this is the Plus and not the Pro. But we're going to listen to this in bypass, adjust the threshold to whatever we need, and then throw it on. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. I tried to put together a little sentence that sounded like it had a lot of S's or a lot of whistle in it. I tried to make my S's whistle a little bit more in the recording. So we'll play that one more time without the de-esser. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. Turn that bypass off and pull this down. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. So I may need to turn that down a little bit more, and I'm going to take the intensity up a bit. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. As it says here at the bottom, this is a natural sounding de-esser. It did help out a bit, but nothing crazy. It's not about getting a crazy crushing sound on those S's, but more about giving a tame controlling of those sounds. Just for giggles, we'll throw that on vocal control and see what the intensity and sharpness sounds like here. I believe we had to pull the threshold about there. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. This sentence has a slew of sibilance. Again, I would turn up the intensity just because those S's whistle a little too much for me, but we're not going for anything crazy. So that's pretty much it for the T-De-Esser plugin Plus, you can get this for free on Plugin Boutique currently. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, so maybe go take advantage of that right now. I'll have a link for you down below where you can find that. Apologies for any crackles and pops in the audio today. I'm recently coming across some issues with my interface connecting through Voicemeeter going into OBS, and I'm probably looking at upgrading my interface. I've had this one for about 4 or 5 years, and I bought it used from a friend of mine. If you have any suggestions for a really good interface that could help with that, let me know. I'm probably leaning towards some of the Universal Audio, maybe one of the Apollos, but I would love to hear anyone's input on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you found this video helpful and I helped you decide whether or not the T-De-Esser Plus is worth the time for you. Until next time.